Hey guys, Cameron here with Emerson Property Management. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that helped me build up a sizable rental portfolio in about 2 years and now manage that portfolio. Today, guys, I want to talk through, should I get my real estate license? I've heard this time and time again from some owner clients we have, some folks that I coach. This has just come up more and more. And I just want to talk through that today, give you my feedback or what I think, and take it for what it's worth. This is my opinion, but give you the pros and cons and then give you what I think you should or shouldn't do with that. So if you're thinking about it, this will be a good video to tune into. If not, pass. Go to the next one. So first, before I get into this, if you guys do me a favor, like, subscribe, it really helps us out. Share this with somebody that you think, if you think it's valuable, share it with somebody that really, really helps us. Okay, so should you get licensed? Again, I'll talk mostly specifically for Texas and Houston. I just put up a few pros and cons here, guys. Here are the main pros and cons. So pros, you obviously get the MLS access. So that allows you to see any deals that were closed on market, see the price points, how long, days on market. You have the data at your fingertips to be able to pull comps, do CMAs, run all that for your properties, or maybe properties that you're looking to purchase. So that's probably what most folks want the MLS for, at least most investors. The second piece is buy and sell your own deals. So obviously I work with a lot more long-term folks, people that are in the long-term game that are buying and holding for a long time. But it still is one of those things that maybe you buy a deal and then when you want to sell it, you can save some commission. You can save paying that 3% or 5% broker's fees to somebody else if you can do your own deal. Now, same thing on the front end. If you're the agent and you're representing yourself, you can go and use your commission as a negotiation tactic if you're going and buying the deal. So, you find a deal, you run the numbers because you have MLS access, and then you say, okay, perfect, I can save, I want to negotiate my 3% commission to be contributed to seller or closing costs or whatever, you can do that. The third thing is an income stream. So some folks say, man, the ability for me to make, just do a couple transactions every year at $5,000 to $6,000 a pop, that could be a decent income stream for some people. It's not gonna, you're not gonna retire off of it, but if you could just help out friends and family, then hey, that's a great way to add some money to your bottom line. So those are the pros. Those are the majority of the things that I hear, the majority of the reasons that I would get a real estate license if I was going to, or if I was an investor thinking about it. But here are the cons. So MLS dues. So the MLS, multiple listing service, you have to become an agent to be able to do anything on the MLS, to list properties, to show houses, to do all that. That costs money. So you have to go through your couple-week realtor class. It can be done very quickly, but you still have to go through that. Then you have to pay those quarterly dues. So you have to pay for the MLS, and then if you're in Houston, you have to pay for HAR, the Houston Association of Realtors. So we pay, once you add in your licensing requirements and the MLS dues, typically you're paying between $3,000 and $5,000 a year. So that's insurance, the dues, and I mentioned a little bit here with the CE, so I'll just get into that. So your continuing education, so you have to, your first one's your big one, and then the second renewal is another higher amount of hours you have to have, and then after that it kind of goes down. But you do have to take classes every year to continue education. That costs money. So you have to schedule time for that. Some people can do it. I did it when I was still working. You could do it. It's not impossible. It's just something you want to budget for. And then your broker sponsorship. So, I was a dummy when I first was getting licensed. I thought, okay, well now I can buy and sell real estate. Well, what you have to do is you have to hang your license underneath a broker. So you have to find a broker that is willing to take you under their wing, because the broker is responsible for everything you do. So you're, as a salesperson, you're underneath a broker. The broker is the one that maintains all the liability. So there are discount brokers that are $100, $200, $300. Some of them do a month, some do per transaction. Then there are those bigger outfits like Keller Williams that, they take a higher percentage of your commissions, but they offer a lot more training. So if you're new, typically those brokers don't want to see you have a full-time job. You probably go with a discount broker because at the end of the day, they're there to make money as well. So while you get access to all their facilities and all that, you need to be doing deals. And that, it can be hard to find a broker. If you're talking to a broker and saying, hey, I want, I'm just doing this to do my couple deals a year that I want to do, the broker might say, not interested. We want somebody who's going to be a producer, who's going to be cranking out 5, 10, 15 deals a year or a month. And that broker will make sure, you'll have to have some insurance, E&O insurance. They charge you for that. So there's requirements that the broker will have for you to be a part of their team as a sales agent, and you'll have to abide by them or you'll have to find another broker. So that can be kind of a pain in the rear end. Having said that, these are the main pros, these are the main cons. Should you or should you not get your realtor's license? What I always say is, if you think that you're going to be doing a few deals a year, I would say somewhere in that 2 to 5 range. 2 is on the low end. It might even go 3 to 5. It just depends on the price point of these. If you're going to do a few deals a year, then you should get licensed. And the reason I say that is because, again, you have full access to the MLS. You can pull all the data you need, and you can go let yourself in for showings. You can see all the data. You can make offers. You can negotiate your commission. You can buy and sell your own on your own deals or for friends and family, so you can kind of get it to pay for itself. But if you're going to do that, then I would recommend getting your real estate license. If you're not, if you're going to do 1 or 2 deals a year or as they come to you, I would not worry about getting licensed. I would not worry about it, because the 1 or 2 deals a year that you're going to do that maybe come from a wholesaler, or you just find looking around on the MLS. I mean, you can still get access to HAR to look at properties that are available. You just can't get access to some of the historical data and previous data behind it. If you think that's what you're going to do, one deal a year, or my primary residence, and you have a full-time job, I would not do that. I would not worry about getting licensed, because it's going to become a burden. And the reason I say that is, it's like 80% or higher. I forget that exact figure, but it's somewhere between 75 and 85% of real estate agents do not renew their license after the first year. So let me say that again. 8 out of 10 agents do not renew their license after the first year. They paid thousands of dollars to have all these courses, to go through all this rigmarole, and then they don't renew, or they don't pay their dues, and then they get their account inactive. So you have to make sure that you continue to stay on top of that stuff. And if you're not going to use it, you're looking, you're not analyzing deals every week, you're not committing to buying 2 to 5 properties, and like I said, maybe even push that to 3 to 5 deals a year, then you're probably not going to be using it as much as you think you are. It's going to become a burden. It's going to become one of those things that, oh man, I forgot I was supposed to renew this. I had this class, I got to crunch everything in, and I've got my job, and it's year end, and now I've got to fork up, $400 for this. So just be cognizant of that. That would be my suggestion. 2 to 5 deals consistently every year, maybe even 3 to 5, depending upon if they're smaller deals or not. Then I would get licensed. If you're going to do less than that, I wouldn't worry about it. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. One other tidbit there is you do not have to be an active real estate agent to claim a real estate professional status on your taxes. So I'm not going to get into that in this episode, but if you guys want me to dive deeper in that, you can make a comment below. The real estate professional tax designation, how that saves you a bunch of money in taxes. But it is a myth. I've heard some people say, well, I have to be licensed to get that real estate professional status. That is not true. So I hope that was helpful. I'll see y'all next week. Thank you.